Chelsea fans, I've got one simple question. What's the strongest Chelsea 11 that there is from the existing players in the squad that you believe is the strongest that we should go forward with? And when I say go forward, what I'm suggesting that the manager does, he's not going to listen to me, but I can put it out there anyway for my own sanity. What I suggest the manager does now is does exactly the same as what we're about to do here and what you're going to do in the comments section with all of your comments and your opinions, and decide upon the strongest 11 and stick with that 11 between now and the end of the season. Rotation in the back four's got to stop. Rotation in attacking areas needs to stop. We decide on the strongest 11. Those that are not in it have got to work harder to get in, which makes competition harder and takes the levels up in training. Maybe one or two changes in a game, maybe, depending on the opposition. Obviously, if we're playing lesser opposition, you might see maybe 2 or 3, but we should stick to a starting 11 and we don't deviate. The teams that are successful in Premier League history have a core of their team. And when I say core, I'm not just talking goalkeeper, centre-back, centre-mid and striker. There's also others in other positions that are untouchables, as it were, as a certain Mr. Mourinho used to say years ago. We need those untouchables back. For me, we need at least 8 of them in our team that are going to be playing week in, week out. Unless they have a bad one, then they should expect to be hooked. So, I'm asking you guys the question. What's your strongest starting 11? Is it in the same formation, the 4-2-3-1? Is it a different formation, 4-4-2? Do we go 4-3-3? And I guess the biggest question that we've got, I'm saying biggest question, but I'm immediately thinking of 3. 3 questions for you then, as you head into this video and you sort of decide your best 11. It just comes to me, see? First one is the goalkeeper. Who would you put in goal between now and the end of the season? Secondly, and this I'm talking about the existing squad right now, before the window shuts, before people move on. Tonight, Wednesday, 29th of January, it's now nearly 8:30 in the evening UK time. Right now, your strongest Chelsea 11. Goalkeeper's one to think about. On the right-hand side, would you bring Malo Gusto back in at right back and maybe switch Reece James into the middle of midfield as maybe a playmaker type of role? Maybe. Is that something to consider in a 4-3-3? James, Fernandes, Caicedo in a midfield 3? Or when Lavia comes back, Lavia goes into that 3, James goes back to right back? Is it something to consider, yes or no? And arguably another big question would be, not necessarily Jackson. I know a lot of people will say about Jackson, but João Felix, who's being linked with a move away to Villa right now, can we get him in the team? And if we do get him in the team, what would you do? Would you push Cole Palmer out to the right-hand side in place of Madueke? Noni Madueke's output is, I'd say, 1 in every 2, maybe, 50-50. Sometimes he has good games, sometimes he doesn't. He's not that effective. He will keep driving at people. He will keep taking people on, which is a great thing. But can we put Cole Palmer back out there? And do we get more from him or less from him if he's out there? But if you put João Felix sitting in front or just behind the striker and you have Sancho, Felix, Palmer, are you going to get more output and creativity and chances and unlocking the door than you will from what we've got right now with maybe Neto and Madueke, Sancho, Madueke, Palmer in the middle? If we take Palmer out, does that just kill what he gives us? Bearing in mind, he didn't play that way last year. So it's questions to consider when you're thinking of your strongest start 11. So everyone, a little bit of guidance here. As you can see on these formations that will pop up next to me, just a little bit of guidance maybe for you to decide upon. So in the existing 4-2-3-1 formation, could we go with this? Jorgensen in goal, the same back 4 that started against Man City, James, Chalobah, Cole and Cucurella, Caicedo and Enzo in the middle. But as I was saying, Felix in the middle behind the striker Jackson with Palm on the right, Sancho on the left. Or how about this, a 4-3-3? Slightly different, with Malo Gusto coming in on the right-hand side at right back with Chalobah, Cole and Cucurella as the back 4. The midfield 3 of Caicedo, James and Fernandes, with Sancho, Palmer, this time with Nkunku through the middle in a 4-3-3 formation. Is that something that you think would work for us or not? How about a 3-4-3 that's been developed by Ruben Amorim over at Man United? Can we do the same thing? And if we did, could it look something like this? Jorgensen, you've then got Colwill, Chalobah and Reece James playing as a right-sided centre-back. The midfield four, Cucurella on the left, Enzo, Caicedo and Pedro Neto going up and down on the right-hand side. Or Gusto, up to you. And a front three of Sancho, Palmer around Jackson this time. Would that work, a 3-4-3? And finally, how about a different set of players? Jorgensen, Colwill, Chalobah, James, Cucurella, Enzo, Caicedo, Gusto, Palmer, Sancho with Nkunku. You get the idea of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get you Chelsea fans to have your say in the comment section below. And what you need to do is name the formation and the starting 11 and just put it out there for everybody else to see and to see what other people think, to see if they agree with you. Because we've all got an opinion about Chelsea, but I think we can all believe and we all understand and we all probably agree, I should say, that we want the best players playing on that pitch week in, week out. So who is your best Chelsea starting 11? Make sure you put it in the comment section below for me. Mine would be the 4-2-3-1, Jorgensen in goal, the back four the same as it was the other day with Caicedo and Enzo. It will be, I'd have to say Felix to give him a go as behind the striker with Cole Palmer on the right, with Sancho on the left, and I'll put Nkunku up front for his mobility. I think that would create some chances. It's tough on Jackson. It's a toss-up between either of them. To be fair, Jackson or Nkunku, it doesn't matter for me. But I think Jackson does a lot more of the donkey work, whereas Nkunku, I think, gets bullied a lot. He can be much bullied easier than Jackson can up front. So saying that, I'll probably switch to Jackson. The 4-2-3-1. Palm on the right, Sancho on the left, Felix in behind. Creativity galore, hopefully. What is yours? Let me know in the comment section below. Drop a like on the video for me so it goes out to more Chelsea fans on YouTube to see this and have their opinions. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, but make sure you also hit the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Get commenting away. I want to see what's your Chelsea 11. Let me know. Have a good one. See you soon.